And here are the top stories for the hour. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian reiterated that Tehran is not seeking nuclear weapons, stressing that this policy is in line with the directives of the country's supreme leader. Pezeshkian made these comments ahead of upcoming talks with the United States in Geneva, where both countries will discuss Iran's nuclear program and possible sanctions relief. The president emphasized that even if he wanted to pursue a nuclear arms path, he would be precluded from doing so due to doctrinal restrictions. The meeting in Geneva follows a previous round of talks between Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araqchi and Omani counterpart Saeed Badr al-Busaidi, who will mediate the talks. The aim of the upcoming dialogue is to resolve a decades-long standoff over Iran's nuclear ambitions, which the U.S. and other Western countries fear could lead to the development of nuclear arms. Iran denies these claims, insisting that its nuclear program is peaceful. Regardless, the talks come at a critical time as tensions continue to mount between the two countries over Iran's nuclear activities and sanctions. And now joining us is retired Major General A.K. Sawach, geostrategic expert, joining us from New Delhi. Now, sir, with all these essentially complications, what do you make of the future of these countries involved?
Roshan, the situation is very complex, quite fluid. What will happen in next 4 to 5 days, no one can predict. But certainly there are some red lines which have been drawn by US. The US has three demands as far as Iran is concerned. One is that it should not have a nuclear weapon, should not enrich its uranium more than 5%, which is required only for peaceful purpose. And the second thing is that it should reduce the number of ballistic missiles and also cut down its range. And third thing is to helping the proxy like Hezbollah, Houthis, and Hamas. Now, as far as Iran is concerned, Iran is agreeing on a demand of nuclear weapon. Iran, like President Pezeshkian has already stated that as far as Iran is concerned, it is open for inspection by IEA and its program is totally civil. That may not be true, but the fact is, as on today, they are ready to negotiate on that issue. But they possibly are not ready to negotiate on the missile as well as helping the proxy. Now, the point is, no one wants war. Iran knows it, that if the war takes place, they will be affected badly. Their economic is not doing well. There is inflation, unemployment. There is a protest which were going inside Iran, which still are active. So Iran will like to avoid this. Iran knows it, that US has already massed almost 60 to 70,000 troops in Middle East. It has got two aircraft carrier group now, USS Abraham Lincoln and USS Gerald R. Ford. It has Tomahawk missile in submarine. It has got B-2 bombers, which is Diego Garcia. So overall, US is completely prepared, and US has almost surrounded Iran. So therefore, the point is, Iran will not like to go for a war. Iran will try to avoid it by showing to US it is ready to compromise on the issue of the nuclear weapons, and that's way the talks will now be taking place between Iran and US, which will be brokered by Oman. So possibility of some sort of solution seemingly looks to be high. If it does not happen, then in case the war takes place, it will be catastrophic for the whole world. Let's see how it will affect US. See, US also knows that Iran is not Venezuela. In case if Iran is being attacked by US, Iran will also respond and respond with might. Iran has about 2,500 to 3,000 missiles, including a hypersonic ballistic missile. It will basically hit all the bases of USA in Middle East, whether it's Saudi, UAE, Oman, Jordan, Bahrain. At the same time, it will hit Israel. And there is a possibility of Iran closing a Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world oil goes. It will hit the economy of the world, and the oil rate will possibly go more than $100 per barrel. Considering all this, US also knows it. It may be easy to start the war, but it will very, very difficult to stop. And therefore, some sort of solution, some sort of compromise, some sort of agreement, if in case they reach in this talk, will be ideal, because they know the war will not be good for either party. US will not have a clear-cut victory. In case some of the ship of US is been drowned or hit by Iran, that will be a moral victory. I suppose both sides are taking things very cautiously. Let's hope how things build up. But to me, it looks like that whatever US is doing, it is more of a posturing, putting a tremendous pressure on Iran to give away its nuclear weapon program. I suppose that's the main aim. And as far as Iran is concerned, I suppose it is now ready to compromise on certain issues, because it knows if it does not compromise, then America is going to punish them and punish them very hard.
Thank you, sir. Stay with us. We'll be right back with you. Next up, senior advisors to U.S. President Donald Trump have reportedly expressed a preference for Israel to strike Iran first, believing it would provide better political optics and strengthen support for a U.S. military response. The administration's considerations include the risks of U.S. casualties and the possibility of depleting military resources, which could leave room for China to act on Taiwan. This discussion comes as the third round of U.S.-Iran nuclear talks is set to begin in Geneva today. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araqchi is expected to meet with Trump's envoys, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, to discuss the potential for a deal or the increased risk of military escalation. However, Iran has made it clear that it will never abandon its nuclear activities and has warned that U.S. bases in the region could become legitimate targets if attacked. And now joining us again is retired Major General A.K. Sawach, geostrategic expert, joining us from New Delhi. Now, sir, President Modi also just met with Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu. If the U.S. essentially supports the fact that Israel should use their forces to attack Iran, will India be involved in this as well as far as their military goes? Please, sir.
Absolutely not. As far as India is concerned, India is very crystal clear that India has got its friend as far as Arab countries are concerned, whether it's Saudi, UAE, Oman. It has got very good relation with Iran. It has got good relation with Israel. So India is not going to become part of any conflict in Middle East. They don't deny the fact. As we were saying earlier, the point is this time Russia and China is coming in absolutely clear that they are trying to help out Iran. They have already given them the air defense system HQ-9, HQ-15, HQ-19, S-300. It is giving them a real-time intelligence. So weapons, ammunition, real-time intelligence will make a difference. I suppose the Iran also knows it, that this time Russia and China are supporting it all out. Now, the point which is saying is there can be a strategy. As far as the US is concerned, there is a school of thought that there should be a lightning strike done by the US. It should be a precision shooting basically on the nuclear installation of Iran, as well as targeting the political and military leadership. But US also knows that once they hit the nuclear facilities of Iran or their political oblique military commander, there will be a strong response from Iran, and that response will be quite deadly, and the war can then continue for longer time. So they are now coming with the idea, rather than US attacking Iran, it is better Israel attack Iran, and Iran will then respond to Israel, and then US can come in by saying that they have come in to support Israel. That possibly is a strategy which they may be doing, because the US administration, Trump knows it, that there is public opinion is totally against in US for this strike. They don't want any war. They don't want body bags to come back in US. So I suppose this may be a strategy by US to basically encourage Israel to attack Iran on its nuclear facilities. And when Iran respond back to Israel, or Iran also hit some of the bases, then it gives the excuse for the US to strike back on Iran. There may be a possibility of this kind taking place in case the talk failed, which are going to take place today in Geneva.
Stay with us, sir. We'll be right back with you. Now, moving on, Russia has condemned the latest incident off the coast of Cuba, which involved a Florida-registered